Thank you. Historic Hawaii Foundation has named 8 additions to the list of most endangered historic places here in our state. The executive director, her name is Kirsten Faulkner. She's joining us live this morning to talk more about this. And good morning. Thanks for coming in.
Good morning.
So the foundation does this every single year. There's certain criteria we know to make it a historical place, but what makes it an endangered historical place?
So we look at a couple of things. First of all, is it a historical place? But also, are there some forces that are threatening it in some way? Those can be natural forces like salt air or termites or earthquakes in the case of Mokua'ea Church, but also incompatible development or outright demolition. All of those can threaten our history.
I know we're running short on time, but we want to get through this list because there are a number that might surprise you when you hear them on the list. Where do you want to start?
Well, we added 8 this year, and there are 6 on Oahu, 2 on Hawaii Island. The oldest is Mokua'ea Island in Ke'ihi Lagoon. It's a fishing village that dates back centuries, recognized in 1830 by King Kamehameha III. Mokua'ea Church in Kailua Kona is also from the 19th century, as is Thomas Square, which is the oldest public park in Hawaii from 1850. There's also 3 from the early 20th century, Castle Hall on Punahou campus, Cameron House in Makiki, and Bond Memorial Library in Kapa'au. And then the last 2 endangered places are from the mid-20th century, both from the 1960s. Blaisdell Center and the administration building at Valley of the Temples in Kaneohe.
So you might be surprised if you say, oh, the Blaisdell Center, why is that on this list? And you say?
Well, the Blaisdell Center is a younger one of our historic properties, but many people recognize it as the premier concert venue in the state. It's also architecturally significant, historically significant for many of the things that happen there. But it's also a development potential site. So the city is looking at some master planning, what might be able to go there. Some of those master plans could include the historic buildings, some might not. So this is the opportunity to influence those decisions.
So people at home that are watching right now, can they actually do something?
Absolutely. In fact, the only way that we save our historic places is by making community voices heard. So we encourage people to let the decision makers know that these places matter to them and to encourage them to preserve and retain them into the future.
All right, Kirsten, thank you so much for coming in this morning. If you'd like more information on this and to see the list, and there's actually, it's a great article that you guys have out. I know the Honolulu Magazine actually did this article. We have some of this information on our website, which is kitv.com. Read up on it, and it actually tells you what you actually can do for each one of these and why they're actually on the threatened list. So I hope you read up on it. Again, kitv.com.